Okay, yeah. Hello everyone, it's me, HyperWarsChan here, and today I'm joined by
Me. Hello. Nico.
Nico. Yeah, the two commentators are back. Oh, I've got my post notification. I've got my notification about the fact that we're live. I mean, surprise,
Yep.
surprise. I'd never have guessed that we were live today. Our Twitter admin
So,
hasn't been saying about it all week.
yeah. Very unexpected.
Yeah, this is
Stream
just
today.
like a random ass stream. We're just here for the fun of it. But anyway, we are here today to talk about Rising Phoenix Season 3. Yes, it's happening. Like, what do you expect? We already have 6 people in the chat, and we haven't even put the link in yet. I mean, that is
It's pretty
amazing. First comment gets a shout out. Hold on, quick, no.
Comment now.
First comment gets a
Quickly.
shout out.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Hyperwars Cunt. Oh wait, that's me. Oh dear. So I just had to do that. But no. So anyway, we're here for not only the teams, but the teams. We're also here for the calendar today. So we're actually going to start back in season 2 for a while. I think it's fair enough for us to end off with what a great season that was. Last season saw us do many different things. For all of us, it was a really good experience, and a lot of things happened. Some for the good, some for the bad. But all in all, I can definitely say there are a hell lot more positives than negatives. I think we had, many, many great opportunities. So, for example, last season saw the introduction of 2 outstanding commentators. So obviously I've got one of them with me here, being Nico,
Yay.
and the other being Carter Falame, who, unfortunately won't be here this season, but he really got into the role as well. And I think, Nico, you enjoyed commentating as well, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. So,
So
Yeah.
we'll expect to see more of Nico this season. Actually, as our main commentator, I'll kind of just be here in the sidelines. For once, I'm not going to actually commentate myself as much. Oh, I kind of gave up the end of season 2, but whatever. It's not about me, it's about the league. But as a quick recap for how last season ended, quite a big gap of 47 points between Parallax and Bazooka Joe for first and second. Then a whole 131 point gap between Bazooka Joe and TJ Carly for third. Haas rounding the season up with the championship on 320 points. I have to say, Parallax and Haas both looking super strong. Now the question is, will they be together again? But again, it was a great season for many drivers. I think we should say our standout drivers. So I do want to give out a few little honourable mentions before we do start this thing proper. But Nico, who do you think was your driver of the season?
I'd probably have to say. I mean, I'm pretty sure Parallax came in like a few races after it started.
No, he was there from the start,
Or
but
was he there from the start? Okay, yeah, okay. I came in a few races late. That's the problem.
yeah. Oh well.
What I can remember. Well, since Parallax won the championship, he'd obviously be one of mine. And then I can't really remember anyone else. Bazooka Joe, obviously, runner-up. But yeah, everyone had moments where it was a race where they did something well. But I think, obviously, to win the championship, you have to have the most consistency.
Yeah.
So I'd probably just say Parallax.
Now I'm going to go with 2 drivers for this because I really can't decide. As a commentator, I would just like to point out how amazing Colin was this season. He wasn't the fastest, not scoring too many points per race, but to be honest, he, and no offence to him, he is more of a slower driver, but he picked up the most points in what I would call the F1.5 championship. Something that OBRC does, but you know, he picked up the most points. He got a really good 7th place, 6th if you don't include Diglett, who unfortunately left us due to internet problems. But he was just so solid every race, turned up constantly, fought his hardest, and, you know, really put his best effort in. The other man who I want to give my opinions to, or my congratulations, is James Tourish, who theoretically could have finished in 3rd place, if 4th place, sorry, if not for the fact that he only came in halfway through the season, and he did brilliantly to push back into that top 10. You know, there are people like Racing Meister and T-Funky who are really on his heel, like in the last race, trying to get that top 10 spot. But James really put the pressure on and did amazingly, to be honest. I really think he's got a chance of finishing that top 5 this season. However, we do have some new faces, so he may be one of the drivers who, you know, could be up there. You never know. But yeah. Now I also do want, and before we move on from last season, I would just like to let you know that Parallax and Bazooka Joe, obviously as the top 2 of the championship, did get to choose 3 possible teams they could be in. Obviously this is a rule we've had for a while, but Parallax is more or less guaranteed a certain few teams. Bazooka Joe also guaranteed one of those 3 teams, but with less priority than Parallax, if that makes sense. So yeah, those 2 were able to choose their teams for this season, so they have a rough idea on where they're going. However, everyone else, complete mystery. So without further ado, let's get on to the calendar.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it to the calendar. Well, we have the calendars set up in this track list, so I'm not going to move there first, but I think people like this calendar. It's got a very good feel to it. And thanks to the admin's help, we definitely decided that this season we would take a different approach to how a calendar be set up. I think we could agree with that. Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, something that not many leagues do. We kind of took this into more of the world of realism. And with the world being a bit more eco-friendly, we thought this would be the best way to have the calendar. Technically saving us more or less the most fuel. Or whether planes run on petrol. Diesel?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever it is.
The calendar. You know what? How about you read it out, Nico?
Alrighty. Let me...
You know, it's on here on the track list thing. Track select. Actually, I think for you it says track list.
Oh, it is, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to find it in the... Okay. Alright, so the full track list will go as follows. So, of course, the opening round in Australia. We will then go to Singapore, then China, Bahrain, Russia, Hungary, Austria, Italy, Germany, Belgium, Britain, Spain, Canada, and then, of course, closing out at Brazil. So, I probably said that a little bit fast, but I think we can get a maybe like a screenshot of it and put it in the chat.
Well, it will be here. It's here. People can see it right now, but...
okay.
Obviously, yeah, with our pre-season race also being at France, so that's tomorrow, by the way. Just to remind everyone, but this is our calendar. We're really excited for it because, you know, it's season 3. It's a brand new calendar. Some tough tracks to begin with, though. Singapore and China, 2 very technical circuits, and not too many overtaking places. And then you have Bahrain, big on overtaking, and then back to hard fought overtaking at Russia and Hungary. And then we have the really good European leg on tracks where you can just attack. Austria, Italy, Germany, Belgium, Britain, Spain. I mean, heck, you can even do that at Canada. And then we're rounding up yet again at Brazil. Our last race of the season for the second season in a row. However, will we see the same winner? I don't know.
We will find out.
We'll find out in 7
Let's
weeks.
see.
Yes.
Yeah, 7 weeks.
Yep. Well, technically 8 weeks from now, because it'll be 8 weeks in one day.
1 week away from Australia.
Yeah, 8 weeks in one day. Australia. The next Friday, guys. Turn up. Because you'll see either me or Nico, or both. So, that's what you've all been waiting for. The teams.
Drum roll.
I have my own document for this, and it's not on the actual standings. So let me just screenshot these and send them to you.
Okay.
Because then you and I can read them out together.
Alright.
So, do you want to just quickly read out chat, see what everyone's saying for us?
Yeah.
Or the decent comments, not the ones who are like, first, hi. Hyper's the best admin. Actually, no, read those ones out.
Okay. I'll read all the ones that praise you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
None of them praise me. Oh, that's sad. Okay, I'm just sending you the screenshot now on PlayStation, so you should get it.
Okay.
Really should have done that before stream, but the only person who actually knows the calendar, knows the tracks is me. Not tracks, teams, is me.
All right. Wait. So the ones. Okay. So. Okay.
Yeah. So
I know what it's like. Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you start off by sending the reserve drivers. Unfortunately, all these guys, apart from one, can only make 1 day a week, so that's why they're all in reserves.
Alright, so in the reserves, we have Jason, LT Cobalt, Mayoman, RHG, and Cart. And Cart. There we go.
Cartafalem, Cartafalem? I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who was doing the streams. You know. He's moved to being a racer because he's having schoolwork, but also if he can, he'll turn up to come and race. Then an available spot. So, I'm going to do the first driver, you're going to do the second driver. And I think we'll do the same as last season and start from the bottom, work our way out to the top.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sounds good. All right. So go ahead.
Let me just load up. I'm just going to have the stream loaded up very quickly as well, because I want to see people's reactions.
Yeah.
So one thing I don't get to do...
Oh my god, no way.
Oh my gosh, why? Okay. Parallax and T1 and Cobalt in the chat. Oh, and you as well.
Alright.
Into the new standings chart. No. No. Cobalt, we'll get to show that off later, trust me. So, in Williams, a returning driver from last season, scoring a whopping total of, I believe it was 3 points. That's the amazing 3 points. Moving from Ferrari to Williams is T1 most hated. Following,
and then
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Following him, we have a new entry for this season. Welcome
to Big Slater. He's new, and we'll see what he's made of.
Yep, so we will. Now, Alfa Romeo has both drivers who were here last season, one of whom finishing up in 13th position, the other down in 18th. So, in Alpha we have Regular George. Where the hell's Alpha? There it is. Regular George and...
Sanka Yedid.
So obviously Sanka staying in the same team as last season. Regular George moving from McLaren. A very interesting switch there for the Englishman. And now moving on to Racing Point, and I seem to be skipping Toro Rosso. Oops. Why do I always do that? I always have this in the wrong order.
Yeah, wait. Okay, on the screenshot, Racing Point is below Toro Rosso in
Yeah.
terms of the order we're announcing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I guess we're doing it in the order of. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go back to Toro Rosso.
okay.
Okay, instead of doing Racing Point next, yeah, we'll do Toro Rosso. My apologies, Toro Rosso. So in Toro Rosso, moving down from Ferrari, we have from Red Bull, we have Racing Maestro, along with
a new driver, I believe. Fashion X,
yep,
I believe.
yes,
And,
that is correct. I had to ask the same of him as well, how to say his name, because I had no idea myself. So yeah, Fashion X joining Racing Maestro in the Toro Rosso this season. Moving on to Racing Point with our two paid drivers. Sorry, I mean, yeah. Moving down from Mercedes, we have Swanee 2K15.
And then partnering Swanee, we have Jigsaw Moto. So Swanee scored 54 last season, and Moto scored 35.
It's a pretty good midfield team, though, I have to say. I mean, Swanee moving down from Mercedes, Jigsaw Moto moving up from Williams. I could see that being a good pairing. Honestly, could. No, I'm really excited for that team now.
I'm excited for everything.
Yeah.
Awesome. We have this season, we have the real season, real F1 season soon. It's great.
Yeah. At the end of this, I'm going to have to say what team I think's going to win the Constructors and who's winning the Drivers. I'm going to have to say that. Because there's so many good teams here, I'm really excited. Anyway, we move on to McLaren. Both drivers were here last season. One of them was a reserve, though. So moving from the Alpha to McLaren, we have F1 Buttons back.
And partnering Buttons back, we have... Let's see if he's on here. He's not on my list, but we have Shady.
Don't you have a list?
Yeah, I'm for the points of last season.
Oh, yeah. Wait, is he not? Did he not score a point last season?
He's not on the list. For me, at least. Maybe it was just an error. I don't know. But
Oh, I guess he
I'm
didn't
pretty
score
sure
a
he
point.
did.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Well, I don't remember.
I'll look back at the streams and see.
Yeah, I'll go check as well. So that is McLaren. Moving on to cancelled Energy Haas F1 team. We have two drivers moving from the same team to Haas. And I think you might know who this is. So, Nico, I'm going to let you take both of them, actually.
Okay. So as the number... Wait, so it's number one driver, and then... Okay,
Number two.
Wait, so as a first driver, we have Ryder PG Killer. And
sorry.
as
Changing that to Willow PG Killer. Because
Willow PG Killer. Okay.
he changed his name.
Okay, yeah. A Willow PG Killer as number one, and Deadwood Bear as number two in the American team.
Exciting stuff. Two Englishmen and an American team. That could be a series. Strat Drive to Survive. Two Englishmen in an American team. It's like 2.5 men, except both of them are half men. Half man, half machine. The F1 dream. Dun dun dun.
Perfect. Moving
Moving on to the Renault now. And again we have one driver moving up, one driver moving down. So taking the first driver spot from Bazooka Joe will be Colin. Alongside him, though, from the Williams, will be
Trinksy. V Trinksy.
Very interesting team there. I think that team's definitely got fourth in the construct. There's no doubt on that one, surely. Like, they have to be the best of the rest. And that's guessing that Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes are the top three. But they may be. They may not be. You never know. Ooh.
We will find out.
Yep. And again, another one of these teams, Red Bull, as well. Both drivers, well, one moving up, one moving down for their teams. Starting off with driver number 1, TJ Carlo, moving down to Red Bull from Mercedes.
And as the number 2 driver, the legend, T Funky.
Oh, the legend. Big words to live up for. Definitely got a championship this season, surely.
Yeah, I think Carlo got 122 points last season, and T Funky got 48. So that's pretty good shout.
So they're basically taking a punt, like Red Bull did with Gasly and Albon.
We will, yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, the last 2 teams are right now Ferrari and Mercedes. In Ferrari, actually, I'll let you do Ferrari and I'll do Mercedes myself. That's fair.
Okay. So in Ferrari, we have the runner-up to last year's championship with 210 points, Bazooka Joe, and partnering him will be a driver that came in about halfway through last season, but did very well to earn the spot. Gamez Turrish. So.
Oh yeah, his name's Gamez. I forgot that.
So yeah, that's the
Ferrari
that's the Italian team.
Ooh. Now moving to Mercedes, I think most people know who's in this team, but we might as well tell you anyway. Parallax in Mercedes, driver number 1, and alongside him, coming from the Racing Point, is Blackwell. He'll be his teammate for the rest of the season. So, who do we think's going to win the drivers and constructors this season then, Nico? Actually, no, let's start with drivers.
I'm gonna say, I think Bazooka Joe is. I'm gonna predict that Bazooka Joe is going to be fired up after the way that Azerbaijan happened last season.
Yeah.
Him losing it, like there was a lot of incidents and stuff. But I think he's gonna be fired up and he's gonna give it 110%. So I'm going to assume that he's going to be much better, even though he already was very good last season. And I think I'm just going to predict that he's going to win it, but I don't think it's going to be without a fight. Hashtag not biased, but yeah, I just think Bazooka Joe has a really good shot. But I think Parallax is going to obviously be strong. And then, yeah, we'll see if, according to last season, those two were really dominant. But we'll see, you know, and then we'll see if anyone else can step up to the to get those wins consistently that they were getting. And then the midfield is just crazy. Like last season we had 54 points with 6th, down to 42 and 12th. So it's very, very close. So we'll see.
Now, as for me, I'm struggling with this because I know that there's a few drivers here who could definitely get some points. I'm not too sure how fast Fashinx is. I haven't been able to evaluate his pace, but I know how fast Big Slater is, and my mind is telling me to predict Parallax to take the win of the whole championship.
Mm-hmm.
However, my heart is telling me completely different. And I hope it, and I wanted Parallax, but also I wanted to be someone new. So you know what? I'm going to say it's a three-way battle between Big Slater, Parallax and Bazooka Joe.
Alright.
And I'm going to say Big Slater comes out on top.
Okay.
And for the first season ever, I think we'll have an Irish winner.
Yay.
Yeah, go Ireland. Last two
Let's
seasons
hope.
in Britain. British winners in a British league.
Has it only been British winners?
Yeah, well, not race winners as Bazooka Joe's won, but
Oh.
actual championship winners, yes, only British
yeah.
people. Apart from the Constructors last season, which you technically won, by the way. Like, put that in your Twitter bio. You now have one Constructors Championship in Rising Phoenix.
Wait, who are you talking about? What?
You
I
raced
won
for
the
Haas.
Constructors?
Yeah.
We did race. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, you raced.
I actually kind of forgot about that. Little...
You raced 3 races.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you won a championship. Well done.
I think I only contributed like 2 points, but you know what? I'll take
exactly. Those 2 points meant everything. God damn it.
it. Yeah. The gap was like only like 1 point at the end.
Yeah.
Anyways, like,
Yeah.
You know, it meant
Only
like-
1 point, you know. But anyway, on to Constructors. I think I'll go first for this one because I've got a pretty good shout on who I think it may be. Now, and I'm gonna like do my top 3 here.
Alright.
But in third, I'm thinking Red Bull.
Okay.
In second, I'm going to have to say Mercedes. And in first, I think Ferrari may just get that championship win that they've been desiring for God, how many years has it been now?
13 years.
13. God damn.
Last time.
Plus season 1 of Rising Phoenix, plus season 2. So, 15 seasons ago.
Wow.
Jokes. But yeah, I think Ferrari may need to take a win. What about you?
I would say third. Just to be different from what you said, I'm gonna say third is going to be McLaren or Renault.
Ooh.
Second is going to be Merc.
Yes.
And first Ferrari. And then I think Red Bull will be very close for a third, but might just get fourth. But hey, their goal is to prove us wrong.
Yeah. I mean, so we're both...
Their goal is to say, screw you, I can win, and then do it. So.
Yeah. So we're both expecting a Ferrari dominant season and then Mercedes second.
Yes.
I mean, Parallax is going to be like, fuck no, I'm proving you wrong.
Yeah, we're gonna win this.
Yeah. I think, Blackwell in the Mercedes also has a good friendship with TJ Carlo in the Red Bull. So I think there'll be a little friendly rivalry there to see who can get more points. How it just depends on T Funky because he was doing really well, getting like top 4, top 5 some races, and then kind of just dropped off a little bit towards the end, but quite a bit. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, moving swiftly to the end now, unfortunately. Tomorrow obviously we have France as our first pre-season race. We're hoping every driver can come and make it. It'd be great to see all of you. Obviously, if you can't, you can't. You know, that happens in racing. But I guess it's kind of a goodbye from us.
Yeah. Let's
I mean,
bring on the season. So.
yeah. Good luck to the drivers. And hope one of you can receive that trophy at the end of the season.
Yep.
Yep.
It'll be someone. We just have to wait and see who. But yeah, it's gonna be close. I really hope. If last season was anything to go by, midfield especially.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Hoping that this season brings on one of the best Rising Phoenix seasons we've had to date.
yeah, and just helps grow it, I guess, in terms
Yeah.
of people just watching it.
Yeah, but yeah. I think the last thing I need to say is I wasn't joking about that trophy. The winners will be receiving their own
Oh,
trophy.
Hot damn, he said it.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't actually. Well, we have decided on the trophy we're using for this season. I've already got it ready and prepared. So, yeah.
The question is, will you show it to the drivers before the end, or will they have to wait and win it to see it?
We'll have to wait and win it.
Okay.
You don't get that. You don't get to see that trophy unless you've won it. Unless,
Alright.
like, I don't know, Parallax puts in the chat once he's got it.
Yeah.
But if you do win the Drivers' Championship, come back to this video and just say, I know what that trophy looks like.
Exactly.
Anyway, we will be seeing you this Friday. Tomorrow's race isn't streamed. So, we've been your hosts. Have a good one.
See ya.
Peace.